Welcome back to Hopeful Horizon, where we bring you stories that touch the heart and inspire change. Today, we have a tale of hope, generosity, and the incredible power of community. It starts with a brave young girl named Emma, whose simple lemonade stand holds a purpose far greater than anyone imagined. When a chance encounter with a world-famous artist leads to a life-changing event, what follows is a story of compassion, courage, and dreams realized. Stay with us as we dive into this unforgettable journey filled with heartwarming moments, inspiring acts of kindness, and a twist that will leave you believing in the magic of good people coming together. If you love uplifting stories like this, don't forget to comment below and let us know where you're listening from. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss another inspiring story from Hopeful Horizon. The golden morning sun stretched across the suburban street, warming the air and casting a soft glow over the modest homes lining the neighborhood. 8-year-old Emma Carter stood determinedly on the front lawn, her petite frame dwarfed by the bright yellow lemonade stand she had helped her mother, Lisa, set up that morning. The wooden sign painted in childlike scrawl read, "Lemonade for Chemo, $1 a cup." Emma's pale face showed hints of fatigue, the remnants of her last chemo session weighing heavily on her young body. But her eyes sparkled with hope and resolve, as though she had been waiting for this day her entire life. Lisa stood a few feet behind her daughter, nervously adjusting a stack of paper cups and a pitcher brimming with freshly made lemonade. "You sure you're up for this, sweetie?" Lisa asked, her voice tinged with concern. Emma nodded emphatically, her curly brown hair bouncing with the motion. "People like lemonade, Mama, and we need money," Emma said matter-of-factly, the innocence in her voice mingling with an unexpected maturity born from months of hospital visits and difficult conversations. Lisa forced a smile, though the weight of mounting medical bills made her heart heavy. Watching her daughter muster strength, even when the odds seemed impossible, filled her with both pride and heartbreak. As the first rays of heat settled over the sleepy neighborhood, Emma took a deep breath and called out cheerfully to anyone within earshot. "Lemonade for $1. It's for a good cause." A few neighbors emerged from their homes, intrigued by the sight of the determined little girl. Mrs. Thompson, a kind older woman from 2 doors down, shuffled over with her purse in hand. "Well, if it isn't Miss Emma, I'll take 2 cups, please," she said warmly. "That'll be $2, Emma said with a polite smile, filling the cups carefully. Mrs. Thompson handed over a crumpled bill, her eyes softening as she took a sip. "You're an inspiration, young lady. Keep up the good work." Emma beamed, her spirits lifting as more people stopped by. The scent of lemons mingled with the fresh grass, creating a sense of warmth and community. Soon, the buzz around the lemonade stand began to grow. Families on morning walks, joggers, and curious passers-by all contributed to the growing line. The clinking of coins in the tip jar brought a glimmer of hope to Lisa's worried heart. Midway through the morning, a sleek van pulled up to the curb. The words "Channel 7 News" were emblazoned on the side. Out stepped a young reporter and her camera crew, their presence instantly drawing whispers from the gathering crowd. "Are you Emma Carter?" the reporter asked gently, crouching to meet Emma's eye level. "Yes, ma'am," Emma said proudly, wiping her sticky hands on a towel. "We heard about your lemonade stand and wanted to share your story. Would you mind answering a few questions for the evening news?" Emma glanced at her mother, who nodded hesitantly. The interview was brief but heartfelt. Emma spoke about her dream of helping her mother pay for her treatments, her words raw yet filled with hope. Lisa stood quietly by, fighting back tears as she watched her brave daughter share their story with the world. The camera captured every moment, Emma pouring lemonade, her sweet voice calling out to potential customers, and the community rallying around her. By the time the news crew packed up and drove away, Emma had sold nearly every cup of lemonade. The tip jar was brimming with bills and coins, a tangible testament to the kindness of strangers. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Lisa knelt beside Emma and hugged her tightly. "You did amazing today, sweetheart." "I told you people like lemonade," Emma said with a triumphant grin. Lisa laughed softly, brushing a curl from her daughter's forehead. "Yeah, you were right, and I'm so proud of you." That night, as Lisa tucked Emma into bed, her phone buzzed incessantly with notifications. The news segment had aired, and within hours, their story had gone viral. Messages of support flooded Lisa's inbox, some from complete strangers offering donations or words of encouragement. Emma, already half asleep, whispered, "Do you think we made enough for my next treatment, Mama?" Lisa kissed her daughter's forehead. "We'll figure it out, baby, one way or another." Little did they know, this was only the beginning. The next morning, as the neighborhood buzzed with talk of Emma's story, an entirely different scene was unfolding hundreds of miles away in Los Angeles. Snoop Dogg, the legendary rapper and cultural icon, lounged on his expansive patio overlooking the city. His phone buzzed continuously as he scrolled through social media, pausing now and then to chuckle at a funny meme or shake his head at the latest drama. Suddenly, a headline caught his eye. "Little girl's lemonade stand raises funds for chemo treatments." Curious, Snoop clicked on the video. What he saw stopped him in his tracks. The screen showed a frail but determined Emma pouring lemonade with a smile that lit up the screen. Her voice, filled with quiet strength, spoke of hope and resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship. "Damn," Snoop muttered under his breath. As the video ended, Snoop leaned back in his chair, a thoughtful expression crossing his face. He had seen plenty of viral stories before, but something about Emma's bravery hit different. "You see this?" he called out to his manager, who was busy reviewing contracts nearby. The manager glanced over. "What is it?" "This Lil Queen out here hustling for her life, man, selling lemonade to pay for chemo." "That's real," Snoop said, shaking his head. "What are you thinking?" the manager asked, already sensing where this was headed. "I'm thinking I gotta do something. Can't just sit here and watch." Within minutes, Snoop had crafted a heartfelt post on his social media platforms. "Just saw this Lil Queen Emma Carter selling lemonade to fight cancer. Y'all know I gotta support that hustle. Who's with me? Lemonade for life." The post exploded almost instantly, with fans, celebrities, and influencers pledging their support. But Snoop wasn't done yet. He had something bigger in mind. Later that afternoon, a sleek black SUV pulled up to Emma's lemonade stand, drawing curious glances from the neighbors. Lisa, who had been refilling the lemonade pitcher, froze as the car door opened. Out stepped Snoop Dogg, his iconic swagger unmistakable even in a simple hoodie and jeans. Emma's eyes widened in disbelief. "Are you Snoop Dogg?" Snoop grinned. "Heck yeah, Lil Queen. I came for the best lemonade in town." The crowd that had gathered around the stand erupted into excited whispers and cheers. Phones were raised, capturing the surreal moment. Emma, still in shock, handed Snoop a cup of lemonade with trembling hands. "It's $1, she managed to say. Snoop chuckled, pulling out a crisp $100 bill. "Keep the change, Lil Queen. You earned it." Lisa's eyes filled with tears as she watched her daughter share a moment with the legendary rapper. But Snoop wasn't just there for lemonade. He leaned down, meeting Emma's gaze with a serious expression. "You ever think about throwing a party, Lil Queen?" Emma blinked. "A party?" "Yeah, a big old concert. Raise some real money for you and all the kids fighting like you," Snoop said, his voice filled with warmth and determination. The crowd gasped, and Emma's face lit up with pure joy. "You'd do that? For me?" Snoop nodded. "For you and every Lil Queen out there hustling to beat the odds." And just like that, the wheels were set in motion for a life-changing event that would go far beyond Emma's lemonade stand. The late afternoon sun cast a golden glow over the lemonade stand as more neighbors gathered, phones out, still buzzing about Snoop Dogg's surprise visit. Laughter and disbelief rippled through the crowd as the iconic rapper casually sipped his lemonade, chatting warmly with Emma and Lisa as though they were old friends. "Y'all got some magic in this lemonade, I swear," Snoop said, holding up his cup and giving Emma a playful wink. Emma giggled, still a little starstruck. "It's just lemons, sugar, and water," she said shyly. "Nah, Lil Queen," Snoop replied, leaning down so only she could hear. "It's got something else, hope. And that right there? That's powerful." Lisa wiped a tear from her cheek, overwhelmed by the surreal moment. Just this morning, they had been worried about how to cover Emma's next treatment. Now, the world's attention was on her daughter, thanks to one extraordinary act of kindness. As Snoop finished his lemonade, he straightened up, his expression shifting to something more serious. "All right, I got a little secret plan," he announced, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. The murmuring crowd fell silent, their curiosity piqued. Emma tilted her head, intrigued. "A secret?" "Yeah, you ready for this?" Snoop asked, his signature grin creeping back onto his face. Emma nodded eagerly. "I'm throwing a party," Snoop declared, his voice smooth and confident. "Not just any party, a big old charity concert. Me and some of my homies gonna perform, all to help you and every other kid fighting like you." The crowd gasped, and Lisa's hand flew to her mouth. Emma's eyes went wide with disbelief. "You'd do that?" Emma asked in a whisper, her voice trembling. "For sure, Lil Queen," Snoop assured her. "We callin' it Lemonade for Life, and we gonna raise enough money to change lives." Within minutes, Snoop was back on his phone, typing furiously. Moments later, his social media post hit the internet. "Lemonade for Life, me and some friends throwing down for my Lil Queen Emma. Y'all better pull up or stream it live. Let's save some lives and sip that lemonade." Lemonade for Life. The post exploded instantly. Likes, comments, and reposts poured in from fans, celebrities, and influencers alike. People from all walks of life were captivated by Emma's bravery and Snoop's generosity. Back at the stand, Lisa's phone buzzed incessantly. Messages flooded in, words of encouragement, offers of help, and small donations that quickly added up. The most important call, however, came from an unfamiliar number. "This is Lisa Carter," she answered hesitantly, stepping away from the growing crowd. "Mrs. Carter, this is Dr. Patel from St. Mary's Hospital," came the warm voice on the other end. "I wanted to personally inform you that, thanks to the donations we've already received, Emma's next round of chemotherapy is fully covered." Lisa's knees nearly gave out. "Oh my God," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Emma, sensing something important, ran over. "Mama, what happened?" Lisa crouched down, cupping her daughter's face. "Your next treatment is paid for, baby," she choked out. Emma's smile was radiant, despite the weariness that lingered in her eyes. "Really?" Lisa nodded, pulling her daughter into a tight embrace. The weight that had pressed heavily on her shoulders for months began to lift, replaced by a glimmer of hope she hadn't felt in a long time. As Snoop watched the emotional scene unfold, he nodded to himself. "First step done," he muttered under his breath. "Now we make this concert legendary." The night of the Lemonade for Life concert arrived like a whirlwind. What had started as a simple idea had grown into a massive event that filled the city's largest outdoor venue. Bright lights illuminated the stage, and a giant screen above it displayed the event's vibrant logo, a sparkling lemonade cup with the words "Lemonade for Life" in bold yellow letters. Thousands of people packed the venue, their energy palpable. Families, cancer survivors, fans, and supporters of all backgrounds had come together for a cause that transcended music. Backstage, Emma stood nervously beside Lisa, her tiny hand gripping her mother's tightly. Snoop, dressed in a sleek gold and black jacket, knelt down beside her. "You good, Lil Queen?" he asked gently. Emma nodded, though her wide eyes betrayed her nerves. "I'm kinda scared," she admitted softly. Snoop smiled. "Ain't nothing to be scared of. You already the bravest person I know. Just go out there and shine." The crowd roared as the first artist took the stage, performing a high-energy set that had everyone on their feet. One by one, celebrities and musicians graced the stage, each bringing their unique style to the event. The lineup was a who's who of the music industry, from pop sensations to hip-hop legends. When it was finally time for Snoop's set, the energy in the venue reached a fever pitch. "Y'all having a good time?" Snoop asked the crowd, his voice smooth and commanding. The audience erupted into cheers. "Tonight, we here for something real," Snoop continued. "We here for my Lil Queen Emma, and every kid out there fighting like she is. So y'all better make some noise for the strongest Lil Warrior I know." Emma, guided by Snoop, walked hesitantly onto the stage. The crowd's cheers became deafening as they spotted the young girl who had inspired this incredible night. Tears welled up in Lisa's eyes as she watched her daughter bask in the love and support of thousands. Snoop handed Emma a microphone. "You got something to say, Lil Queen?" Emma hesitated, then took a deep breath. "Thank you for helping me and other kids like me," she said, her voice steady despite the overwhelming moment. The crowd roared again, their support unwavering. As the music faded, Snoop knelt beside Emma, holding up a large check. "This right here," Snoop announced. "This is for you, Lil Queen, enough to cover all your treatments and make sure you get everything you need to stay strong." Emma's eyes widened in disbelief. "Really?" "Really," Snoop confirmed, grinning. Tears streamed down Lisa's face as she joined them on stage, overcome with gratitude. Emma whispered, "Thank you for making my dream come true." Snoop smiled warmly. "Nah, Lil Queen, you made your own dream come true. I just added some flavor." The concert ended with a rousing finale, but its impact would last far beyond that night. The funds raised not only covered Emma's medical expenses, but also launched a foundation supporting children battling cancer across the country. Years later, Emma, now cancer-free, stood proudly as the founder of Lemonade for Life, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping families facing the same struggles her family once had. And it all started with a lemonade stand, a rapper with a big heart, and the unyielding power of hope. Thank you for joining us on this heartwarming journey of hope, resilience, and compassion. Emma's story reminds us that sometimes the smallest actions can spark the biggest changes, and when people come together, miracles can happen. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to leave a comment and share your thoughts. We love hearing from you. Let us know where you're listening from. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss another inspiring story from Hopeful Horizon. Until next time, stay hopeful, stay kind, and always believe in the power of community.